Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be taking a class on how to use conditional formatting and pivot charts inside of pivot table in Excel. I've created a video on introduction to pivot table in Excel, so you might want to see that video before you continue with this. Without further ado, let's get started. There are better visualization tools anyway, but what if you don't have that visualization tool, like you are not with Power BI or Tableau or whatever? Yeah, Excel does very nice visualization also. You just need to know how to make your way around it. Okay, so now let's say I'm doing my salesperson, my country, and my amount. Yeah, so you can see it should have been filter. So you need to remove all the filter, clear filter from products, from country. You need to clear filter. So I think you are done now. So if you want to do this now, it is advisable. I mean, the best way to present this data, this finding, is by visualizing it. And you can, we have done something similar by using the data bars. You understand? Although you're not going to take the total because it's going to make it look awkward. So by doing data bars, this passes information. You can even use color scale. I mean, color scale just show you how low or how high the values are. I would even prefer that they use color scale self here. So I just select everything, excluding the totals. So you can see this is a very low value, low value, low value. These are high value. So I mean, color scale is even better for this kind of visualization. Imagine if the data are much, okay, but for me, why are you doing very low in USA? Kalamorina, your sales volume in the UK is very low. You can see, so we can help you in seeing what is happening. Same thing for so this is salespersons by country analysis. Salespersons by country analysis. So you can also do salesperson by product analysis. Product by country analysis. Depending on what is the most important for your business. But from my experience, this is very important. So if you want to consider for product, maybe product that is selling in different region or different countries. So I'm going to take out the salesperson out, then you can now bring in the products. Understand? So you can see the product is kind of wide. So you can now highlight everything, excluding the total, and go to conditional formatting. Then you can select this guy. So you can see what is happening. This empty space that nothing was done yet. They didn't sell this particular product in the UK. So you can see, a lot of things that is happening inside the data set. In calendar, look at how the product is doing very well in the calendar. Mint choco, mint chip choco. I think this is in India. Orange choco. They love it in orange. They love orange choco in India. Like if the sales is massive in USA, the sales is massive for raspberry choco. So people in the USA love raspberry choco. So maybe if you are doing production next time, you should take like probably 50% of all our raspberry production to USA. You can see even the other ones combined, okay, they are just slightly more. That's 36. And in USA alone, they did 32, probably like 46 or 47%. Okay, so those are the inside analysis that you want to do. However, to get more information, I mean, for like executive stakeholders, presentation, it is important, or it is better that you present it in charts as against these numbers. Okay, because you don't want to stress your stakeholders. You want to make things easy, analyzing and getting the insight, easy for them. So I'm going to drag my, I'm going to drag my, um, 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 I'm going to drag my like we have been doing. So okay, we have not been getting it. So now if you now want to do you want to insert pivot, you just select everything, excluding the total, right? Then go to insert. Then you will see a lot of information from the insert, so recommended chart, pivot chart, 3D maps. So I'm going to click on pivot charts. So these are different charts inside of Excel, at least for now, as at the time of doing this video. So you can select. So this is probably the best, charts that you can use for this particular data. There are other ones that you can do, but this is probably the best. You understand? So you always want to use the right best visual. So a lot of people make mistake by selecting the most fancy. No, it's not about fancy. Fancy is secondary. Yes, fancy is nice. I mean, you want to have a very beautiful report with color, sparkling, and all of that. But that is secondary. The primary objective of your data work is to pass the right information, the insight, with ease, without ambiguity, without anybody, struggling to get what you want to pass across to them. So this is a cluster column chart. So there's also this is a stacked column. This is a 100% stack, 3D, etc. So stack and column are suitable for this kind of data, but the most suitable is going to be clustered column. So once you select cluster column, then you click on OK. So you have something like this. So you can now see a lot of things that's happening inside the data based on, you can see this is the salespersons, this is the country with different, legend colors. Okay, so you can see that this is, Australia, Canada, as it's been arranged, alphabetically here. That's what you have here also. So you can see the Barfogni now, you can see that where you saw the most without battling an eye or struggling at all, you can see that it is in the UK that it stole the most. For this boy, same thing UK. For Calamolina, Canada, the most. Ches Bonnell, New Zealand, the most. Curtis, India, etc. Like that. So this is very good in a way of presenting data compared to what you have with just the numbers alone. So you can now say you want to go and go further by formatting the data again. You understand? So if I want to do that, I will just go to, you can see this is chart style, or this chart element. These are the two options available for us. Before we also go that, don't forget that you can also filter. Anywhere you see this icon or sign is telling you that you can filter that data. You can filter that information. You understand? So if you just want to see, let's say, just two people, Bafogni and Calamolina, that's all. So, and if say if you want to look for maybe just two countries for all of them, let's want to look at India and USA, probably the two largest in terms of population in this data set. You see, so you see that in most places, India, just like two places, you have USA, coming first for the 6 persons. So you can filter with, you can use this filter button to do something. So now, chart elements, these are just like, okay, you want to add more information to your visualization. Okay, so you can now come to the chart element here. You can see it says add, remove or change charts elements such as title, legend, grid lines, and data label. So like for me now, I don't like grid lines. You see all these grid lines, I don't like them. This is preference anyway. You can choose to leave it, you understand, but I don't really like them. You understand? So I can just come here. The first thing I also want to do is to remove my grid lines. can see that has disappeared. Then the second thing is that, okay, it is very difficult for me to know, except if I put my cursor there, to know the value of Barfogni in New Zealand or even anywhere else, the actual value. Okay, you can see that this is 45. You can't really see the actual. So meanwhile, the actual is 45,752, but you cannot know except you put the data label there. So I'm just going to come here. You see data labels. Data labels just to put the actual number for each of the values. You can see. So although some might look very unconscious, but if you put it in your pivots, your PowerPoint presentation, it should look nice. So that's what data label is all about. So add this title. You want to put salesperson's name, just double click, you write whatever you want to write there. Chart title, salesperson by country analysis. You put it there. What other thing again? These are like the most important thing there. So this is your legend, in case you've been asked. This is legend. Different value represented by certain color. You understand? So you can, I don't know why anybody want to remove the legend anyway, but these are what it gives. You can change, you can actually change the location. And on the right, you can put it to the left if you want, or put it to bottom or top, and even have more options in terms of showing it. So I'm going to leave you to explore all that, but it's always better is on the left. It depends on you anyway. You understand? So other things that I also want to do on the chart element. So now there's something they call trend line. Okay, so this trend line is extremely important. This trend line is if, like I said, Excel is a very powerful tool. So if you have like a date information, a time series information, that is where you actually, get a lot from the trend line feature. Okay, so let's assume that these are like dates, let's say from January to December. These are not, salesperson information, ignore them. So let's say this is January sales in different country. In January for Australia, they did 18,928. For Canada in January, in February, let's say this is February to like December. So we want to look at the trend. Is your sale going up, increasing, or decreasing, or not even moving at all? You understand? So we want to look at the trend line. What's the trend from the name? What's the trend like? Okay, so let me first remove this data label because it's just not making the whole thing look nice. I'm going to remove the data label. So I'm going to click on the trend line. So you can see linear. These are different options here. I'm going to click on linear. So you say, for what series do I want to do a trend line? For what country do you want to do a trend line? So let's say I want to do for India now. You can see that, okay, according to this guy, he's saying that, well, he says in India it's kind of increasing, and this is very evident. You can see this is India now. Like I said, let's say this is January. In February, this is where it is. It didn't go up. But in March, you can see that it's moving, even though it didn't move more yet, but at least it's still rebounded. So in a way, it's trending upward, even though it didn't do much here and here, but in a way it's trending upward. At least that's according to the data from this data. Where it started is kind of low compared to where it ended. Okay, so another thing you can also do is forecast or like a prediction. So what's going to happen in the next 2, 3, 4 months? Okay, so I'm not going to double click. So for what again? So let's say for India. So you say, well, for India, is it going to continue increasing like that? Although this is this is not very certain or 100% certain. A lot of variables can come in and it may not look like that. Probably not even 60% certain anyway. There are better predictive or forecasting technologies that will do a better job than Excel. So it's not that we want to just show you that you can get something good. However, there are even some techniques that you can actually use to get better forecasting and prediction, even in Excel. That is currently, I mean, we are not going to exploring that now. It's not part of the scope of this class.